Last year, we were fairly convinced that the Mi A2 was the best camera smartphone under Rs 20,000. Now this year, when the Redmi Note 7 Pro launched, it took the whole Indian market by storm because of that 48 megapixel sensor inside the phone. Of course, it takes great pictures, but is it better than the Mi A2? That's what we're going to find out in this video. Hi, I'm Ershad from Mr. Phone, and let's find out if the Redmi Note 7 Pro can actually dethrone the Mi A2 as the best camera smartphone under Rs 20,000. Before we move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. Now, one of the things that you guys must have seen and noticed is that there is a yellow skin on this Redmi Note 7 Pro. Yeah, so this skin is actually made by Capes India, and for Mr. Phone users out there, you get a special 10% discount. Just use the code Mr. Phone. Details should be in the description below. Before we take a look at the pictures, we have a handy infographic to quickly take a look at the camera specs of the two phones. You can pause here while I move on. For this comparison, I had the privilege of photographing the absolutely gorgeous Oberoi Amar Vilas in Agra. Let's take a look at a couple of wide samples first. In the first one, you can immediately see the improved dynamic range in the Redmi Note 7 Pro's shot. But the Mi A2 has a far more accurate color temperature, whereas the Redmi Note 7 Pro is very warm. Moreover, the Mi A2's shot has far more finer details at 100% crop compared to the 12MP pixel built sample of the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Switching to the 48 megapixel shot, you will see noise in the shadows near the door. The 48MP shot does offer slightly crisper details at the same 100% crop size of the 12MP shot. I have another wide shot of the entire hotel and you can see a difference in color temperatures. But once again, the Mi A2 really holds strong with its crisp details. This is where I'd like to tell you guys the most important thing. The 12MP IMX486 sensor inside the Mi A2 with its large 1.25 micron pixel size continues to offer crisper details in wide shots. Therefore, what you need to note is the size of the pixel is more important than the number of the pixels. One of the things I want to highlight before we get down to the close-up shots is the Mi A2 can go closer to the subject than the Redmi Note 7 Pro. And the focusing speeds are faster too. Coming to the pictures, we have one of a pink flower with smaller white flower in the center. You can immediately notice that the Mi A2 has a far better exposure control. I noticed that the Redmi Note 7 Pro has a tendency to slightly overexpose and blow out the highlights. The color tone and the overall accuracy is better on the Mi A2. And as far as the details are concerned, there is not much separating the two. Even when you switch to the 48MP shot, which is supposed to be crisper in daylight on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Since we couldn't notice any difference in finer details, I decided to take a very close-up shot of this shield with intricate patterns. Firstly, the Mi A2 has a better control over the exposure once again. Around the top portion, you will see details being burnt out by bright light. And details are incredibly dense on the Mi A2 from the center to the corner. This comparison is getting more exciting by the minute. When looking at the HDR samples, I noticed that even without HDR, the dynamic range on the Redmi Note 7 Pro is great, but the HDR algorithm works in reverse. It tends to blow up the exposure without HDR and brings it down a couple of notches with HDR. The Mi A2 looks incredible too and does HDR the traditional way by improving the details in both the highlights and the shadows with HDR on. Moving to an indoor HDR shot, once again, the Redmi Note 7 Pro's superior dynamic range is clearly evident in the samples. For some odd reason though, I still prefer the slightly darker, more contrasty exposure of the non-HDR sample. Fun fact, you can see the Taj Mahal in the background. Let me know if you guys can spot it. Looking at the portrait samples, you will notice that the Mi A2 has a more aggressive blur compared to the Redmi Note 7 Pro. The Redmi Note 7 Pro has a gradual blur that starts increasing the effect of the blur as the background extends deeper. The cutout is cleaner too. When shooting against the light, the Redmi Note 7 Pro tends to bring out the details in the background while the Mi A2 creates a blown out background. I think the Redmi Note 7 Pro wins this round. In the first selfie, the Redmi Note 7 Pro offers more details and the color accuracy is spot on too. Take a look at the black shirt which looks green in the Mi A2's shot. It is the same in the second shot as well. The Redmi Note 7 Pro is great on details and the dynamic range in the background is incredible too. I'm going with the Redmi Note 7 Pro as the champion of selfies. When it comes to selfie portraits, both the phones have the same level of background blur and the edge detection is identical too. But once again, the Redmi Note 7 Pro edges out the Mi A2 in sharpness and clarity. But I won't be surprised if some folks actually prefer the Mi A2 selfies over the Redmi Note 7 Pro for its better color accuracy. Next up, I shot a 4K video using the phones And boy, the Redmi Note 7 Pro just smokes the Mi A2 with incredible dynamic range and poppy colors. Both the phones don't offer image stabilization. Furthermore, the sound recording is better on the Redmi Note 7 Pro compared to the Mi A2. So I'm shooting a video using the Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Mi A2 in 4K 30 FPS. I'm walking straight towards the light, and I will turn around and show you how the light falls on this wonderful structure that you see, and you can check for my sound as well. So I'm shooting a video using the Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Mi A2 in 4K 30 FPS. I'm walking straight towards the light, and I will turn around and show you how the light falls on this wonderful structure that you see, and you can check for my sound as well. Not every time would you want to shoot 4K videos, so if you want to drop the resolution and save some space, you can shoot at 1080p 60 FPS. But at 1080p 60 FPS, only the Mi A2 offers stabilization, and that definitely gives it an incredible advantage despite the focus hunting issues. From the video quality to the sound to the image stabilization, the Mi A2's 1080p 60 FPS footage is better. I'm shooting a video using the Mi A2 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro now in 1080p 60 FPS as I walk towards this area, and I will turn around slightly, pan around, and show you guys if the phone can keep things in focus, and what is the image stabilization like, and what is the sound recording like. I'm shooting a video using the Mi A2 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro now in 1080p 60 FPS as I walk towards this area, and I will turn around slightly, pan around, and show you guys if the phone can keep things in focus, and what is the image stabilization like, and what is the sound recording like. I also shot a slow motion footage at 1080p 120 FPS using the phones, and I found that the Redmi Note 7 Pro had a slightly better color tone compared to the Mi A2. Do you guys still shoot slow motion videos though? Do let us know in the comment section below. So I moved on to taking selfie videos with the phones, and there is not much different between the two when it comes to details and background exposure. The Mi A2, however, has a better facial tone, but the Redmi Note 7 Pro offers a better sound recording. It is a tie in this round. I'm shooting a video using the Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Mi A2 right now, and using the front camera on both the phones. You can check for sound quality, the image stabilization, and how the light falls on my face and all of that. Now I'll just pan around a little bit and show you guys when the light changes source and what it looks like when you pan around and the light falls right on me. I'm shooting a video using the Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Mi A2 right now, and using the front camera on both the phones. You can check for sound quality, the image stabilization, and how the light falls on my face and all of that. Now I'll just pan around a little bit and show you guys when the light changes source and what it looks like when you pan around and the light falls right on me. In our first indoor sample, you will see that the Mi A2 exhibits a more neutral color tone compared to the warm tone of the Redmi Note 7 Pro. And at close inspection, you see more details too. Take a look at the 100% crop of the sofa, for example. The Mi A2 has a believable noise reduction algorithm as well, and that gives the photo a slight edge once again. I absolutely love the royal colors in this second picture. It is the waiting room of the Oberoi Amar Villas Hotel in Agra. Both the images look great, but once again the Mi A2 has a neutral color tone. The boosted colors of the Redmi Note 7 Pro do look incredible though. And once again, at 100% crop, the Mi A2 offers more clarity and sensor details across the image from the center to the corners. In our indoor selfie test, there are no differences in the two selfie samples when it comes to details. But the Mi A2 has a neutral color temperature compared to the pinkish red color cast of the Redmi Note 7 Pro's selfie. It boils down to your personal preference as to which selfie you like. When you shoot in low light, the Redmi Note 7 Pro offers a brighter image by default, and with night mode on, it blows the Mi A2 out of the water. In fact, like the Pixel, when you shoot with night mode, the Redmi Note 7 Pro keeps the noise for retrieving some more details. I really like that sort of processing. There are some situations where you might have to use the flash. In that scenario, both the Mi A2 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro can come in handy. But the Mi A2's camera captures a more accurate looking color temperature using the flash. It is better than the blood-stained image captured by the Redmi Note 7 Pro. When you take selfies in less than ideal lighting situations, the Mi A2 trumps the Redmi Note 7 Pro. And since the Mi A2 also has a dedicated front flash, you can get even better looking selfies in less than ideal lighting. The Redmi Note 7 Pro has really dropped the ball in this regard, which is a little weird. So we are at the end of this comparison, and this is probably the most tiring yet the most fun camera comparison that I have done till date. What you see on your screen right now is the final points tally of the camera comparison, and you can see that for the very first time we have a tie. It's really difficult to pick between the two smartphones when it comes to camera performance. The night shots look evidently better on the Redmi Note 7 Pro thanks to the dedicated night mode, and the videos are also better on the Redmi Note 7 Pro compared to the Mi A2. But the Mi A2 surprisingly offers crisper details compared to the Redmi Note 7 Pro despite the new sensor on the phone. Once again, I can't say this enough, it is really difficult to pick between the two when it comes to camera performance. But in the first quarter of 2019, if I have to pick one of the phones as the best smartphone camera under rupees 20,000, I would actually go with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, primarily because you get better dynamic range now and you also get a great night mode. I'm pretty sure that these improvements are vital to a lot of people. Having said that, if you own a Mi A2 right now, or if you're planning on buying the Mi A2, you're not going to be disappointed with the camera performance because it still manages to go toe to toe with the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So what did you guys think of the camera comparison? Do let us know in the comment section below. I think it was a really fun one. Until next time, this is Ershad from Mr. Phone signing off. Goodbye.
Click the link below to download the Oddbots Turbo Run game now.